God, that's burning. It's so watery. I don't like the feeling of it.
Just watch me now. Just watch me. Just watch me.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Sarah Louise from SLA Medical. Today, we are reviewing Kim Kardashian's skincare line. But first, let's take this face off. Voila, and I'm makeup free. So guys, I want to show you first the cleanser that Kim has brought out. This to me, I've done a little research. It actually is a gel cleanser, but when I have used it previously,
2 hours later.
Kimmy K, you could get better with your pump action. So it's quite creamy. I would call that a cream cleanser. I'm not sure about you guys, but to me, acne prone skin, I would want something actually like a gel that was clear, that I could lather up, but it is really soft, to be honest. She has made this with high formulation. My only concern is with this much formulation, people could get a little irritated from this type of product. Also, it's very creamy. I really don't like this type of cleanser on my face. I like to know I'm cleaning my skin properly. Oh, it is so creamy. And I'd just be concerned that this would leave a residue on the skin. But let's take it off and let's see exactly how it stays. It's not that bad, and it actually does leather up a little bit when you've got water onto it, so that's not too bad. It's not as creamy as what I thought. It is soft. It's a very hydrating cleanser. I find this would be much better for people with drier skin, more mature age skin, or just quite dry in general. Let's have a feel. Yeah, it's creamy. That's not what's on the bottle. It is cleanser foaming purifier. So I actually am a little bit disheartened with that, because if I picked that up off the shelf, I would be expecting a real gelish type of cleanser, if I'm honest. So that I'm not sold on for my type of skin, oily skin, acne prone skin, rosacea. But I think if you had maybe just plain pigmentation, really dry skin, potentially that menopausal type skin as well, where your estrogen's lacking a little bit and you're quite dry, this could work. This could take your makeup off quite nicely, actually. But in terms of cleansing, this is the one serum she raves about in her collection, which is actually the hyaluronic acid serum. Now, we all know hyaluronic acid draws water. That is its job. It can hold up to 1,000 times its own weight in water. So that's a really interesting concept. She's brought that out in its own serum. Today, though, we can get a lot of HAs put into a lot of the products. You don't see a lot of standalone HA products anymore, because we know we can put that into a formulation and almost get a 2-in-1. The one thing she's done with this as well, I read the ingredients, is she's got a little bit of glycolic in it, which almost seems a little foolish, right? To put an exfoliator in a HA. One's trying to hydrate, one's trying to exfoliate. Little bit contradicting to having the two products in one. Let's have a little feel of what it, oh, that's really nice feeling though. It's a really jelly serum-y type feel. HAs are normally gorgeous to put on, and even on my skin type and tone and oilier skin type, she will like a HA serum. Really lightweight, can serve as a primer under the makeup as well, which is really nice. I quite like this. It's gorgeous. You could see how she does say that it's 72 hours in terms of hydration. It really does sit on the skin quite nicely. I'm unsure if I would want to use this of a day, probably a nighttime. I probably wouldn't want to over formulate in the day. I'd put this on overnight just to feel fresh instead of using a toner. Because it is a little bit thicker than most HAs, I'm gonna let it settle for 2 minutes. I just want to see where it actually goes and if it soaks into my skin, or is it got too much kind of oil compound to it that it won't actually penetrate, and does it leave your skin tacky? I can't stand products that are tacky on your face, because if you did opt for this in the day and you want to put makeup on, chances are it's going to collect and be really cloggy, and that's not ideal. That has gone into my skin amazing, actually. It's really nice, but I don't like the feeling of it. I feel like this range is heading down more of the dry skin type, not anyone with any skin condition, and not anyone with actually oily skin, any type of rosaceas, eczemas, anything like that. But the price point, it's remarkably high for an over-the-counter skincare item. So if I'm investing in a skincare item like this at that cost, I do want to make sure I'm getting some form of peptides, acids, active ingredients, because if I've just got more mature age skin, I can probably opt for something a little bit cheaper that's going to do relatively the same job. This is her vitamin C8 serum. I just got it in a small packet just to try. Oh, wowza. Whoa, guys, this is so watery for a vitamin C. It's like water. That is insane. That's not how usually you would get a vitamin C that comes out with, especially with ascorbic acid. It's almost like a bit more oily, really strange. I've never encountered a C that thin. It is vitamin C8, which is a really powerful peptide in all honesty. It's a really amazing antioxidant. I'm gonna try and get the whatever was on there on my face. We know vitamin C is really good for fine lines, wrinkles, brightness in the skin, good for pigmentation. It's not ideal for acne prone skins because of that oil compound, and it can sometimes clog up the sebaceous gland. But in all honesty, because that's like a water-like, you could actually give that to more of an acne prone skin. You'd wanna make sure it's always under 10% if you've got an acne prone skin, by the way. It's really thin that. The eye cream, this is something she's really hot on. I know in an episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the one thing she said was, eye cream, eye cream, eye cream. And Kris Jenner taught the girls, if there's one thing you're gonna put on your face, it's gonna be an eye cream. I agree. I literally woke up at like 31 and went, what the hell? I have so many under eye lines. Where did they come from? It's like you wake up and they're there. Amazing, right? So I encourage younger girls and men from around 22, 23, apply eye cream, hydrate those little under eyes. It's such thin skin. Also, we get so much photo damage there because if you're not wearing sunglasses, all the sun goes up underneath. It's a really hot area for sun damage. Let's have a little look. I love an eye cream. I'm such a sucker. Oh, this is nice. Really lightweight. Doesn't smell too much, which is good. It means it's not over perfumed, so there's not any irritants going underneath the eye. Oh, I love an eye cream. Look at this. Hot tip, always put your eye cream around your entire orbital region. There's so many people I see that just concentrate, it's burning a little bit. I don't have typically sensitive skin, but if I use a product that may be too citrusy or have a lot of fruit extracts, I tend to get a little bit sensitive to products like this. And yeah, my eyes are just a little bit tingling, which is interesting. Ooh la la. Yeah, it's a little sensitive. Anyone with really dry skin, anyone with any dry eyes, eczema around the eyes, rosacea around the eyes, acne as well. I don't know if I'd be giving this to them because rarely now I put on an eye cream and it gives a nice sting to it. So it's showing me that it's probably quite acid based. Don't get me wrong, peptides and antioxidants can give that little bit of zing feeling, but around the eye is not where you want to pack these types of ingredients because it's so delicate. It does smell nice, it does feel nice, as an eye cream should, just not sold on that little bit of a zing to the eyes. It's calmed down already, which is fine. But all in all, it's a nice cream. God, that's burning. So guys, all in all, besides the packaging that I really love, she's done a great job with this, and you can definitely tell it's one of her brands because she's so on point with that. I wouldn't recommend this skincare range for the price. I'm always looking at value for money, especially when I'm talking to my own patients. If I'm going to be recommending a product, I want to make sure that the cost versus benefit is really ideal. $600 US to buy this skincare range, I think that's a little obscene, and potentially you're paying for the brand, much like if you buy your Dior kind of brands in skincare. I just don't think they're experts in skin. You can go and get prescriptive or medical grade skincare for the likes of £250, which would still bring you under that US $600 mark. Unfortunately, Kimmy K, I think you should stick to your fashion because that's what you're really good at, but skincare, maybe not. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And don't forget, like and subscribe, turn on your notifications. If there's anything you'd like me to run over, drop some comments in the box and I shall see you soon.
Just watch me now. Just watch me. Just watch me.